Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to the water! Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. Yay! A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation. First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink. And that, my friends, is how Nawasa brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our wash pan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty, or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. All right, and of course, we're saying hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and again, we're coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. And we have so many things to talk to you about tonight. The Planning and Development Authority moved in on someone they say was developing illegally on Grandance Beach. That structure has been demolished. We'll talk to you about that in a moment. Cancer risk assessment sessions happening at the ground floor at the ministerial complex. The Royal Grenada Police Force, the Fire Department, in the dry session training. The dry season training, of course, it is the busiest time for firefighters, as we have to respond to multiple fires, bush fires and house fires, structural fires, business fires, in the first half of the year. So we're going to be talking about that. We have other things to talk to you about on the program, so we want you to stay put. It's going to be a good program. Brace yourselves, all right? Gotta let you know that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa, Real Value IGA Supermarket. We've got superb distributors. We've got the Big Insurance and all the other sponsors on the program. We say thank you for being here with us, and we'll be back. Don't forget, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits compliments. Did you sell that? Lucky person might just be you. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Get value you'll love only at Quartz, with huge savings on select mattresses, mobile phones, and TVs. You'll also love our new arrivals in furniture and appliances. Plus, when you shop, get a chance to win great prizes. So come in, shop today, and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Get value you'll love only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends February 24, 2025. See store for details.
All right, and welcome again to another Mikey Live program. How's the day for you? Hope that you're doing extremely well. So we're going to get straight into the business as we hear a notice here from the Royal Grenada Police Force. They're notifying the general public that there will be live ammunition training at the Pearls Training Range, and that's happening in St. Andrew on Wednesday, 19th February. That is this Wednesday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 noon. The public, in particular residents of Pearls in St. Andrew and surrounding areas, inclusive of animal owners, small craft and boat operators, you are strongly advised to refrain from using this area during the time of the training. All right. And speaking of the Royal Grenada Police Force, I know today the firefighters, they participated in honing their craft with the routine dry season training at the Tantine playing field. I know that persons would have enjoyed looking at that. They were practicing several things like a combination of some of the drills like the hose handling, the stamina training and equipment familiarization, all right, PPE checks, and all these things that they were doing there, which is good, again, in preparation for the active dry season. The firefighters received the training well, and of course those who got the experience really enjoyed it as well. This is what they will. Check this out. Yeah, man, grab that hose, hold it properly, run, road it. All right, so you know, the firefighters, they usually go through their trainings and stuff. This is routine. It happens all the time. And so again, it is geared towards you know, making sure that the skills are sharp. You understand? And they did well. It happened at how do you call the place again? Old Trafford. All right, the Old Trafford, not necessarily Tantine. I know that the ground is a little bit soggy, despite the fact that we have a lot of sun these days. Yeah, boy, you still get a lot of soggy fields out there, you know. So yeah, they were down at the Old Trafford. All right, guys, so thank you very much. We're happy to know that you're doing your thing to make sure that we are served well. And we are moving on. The next thing that we have to tell you, Yes, Mike.
My car not working.
Your car is not working?
No.
Okay, I'll come fix it for you just now, okay?
Daddy.
Okay, yes.
The RC not working.
The RC is not working?
Yeah.
I'll fix it for you just now, okay?
Daddy, you cannot working.
I'll fix it for you just now, okay? Go ahead, I'll fix it for you just now. That is working. That is working.
Daddy, what's that? Daddy.
I think he got away from his mother.
Daddy.
Uh-huh.
What's this Mikey for?
That is working. All right, so I'll be with you just now.
Daddy.
Okay. All right, guys. Give me one.
Bye.
Bye. See you. Okay. The next thing that we have to tell you about life. So happening at the ministerial complex, you can check them out, right? They've got their screening going on. Yes, there's screening. Yep. They're inviting the general public to the Cancer Risk Assessment, Education and Awareness Corner. Now, if you're wondering, this is happening at the ground floor of the ministerial complex. Remember, it's all part of the Know Your Cancer Risk 10 days activism campaign. All right. So here's the plan. They give you an opportunity to come check them out. All right. And they give you like a schooling, tell you what you should do. And you understand? They say give yourself just 90 seconds to assess your risk. So come. All right. Know your risk. All right. And a few people went and things like that. So it's a couple days. So you can go check it out. You may never know, in little sessions like that, you'll find out. That's what I'm saying. God forbid. But okay. So today was the day we told you about the intentions of the Planning and Development Authority yesterday to demolish what they call is an illegal structure that was being erected on the Grand Dance Beach. According to the PDA, they are saying that they've given the developer several opportunities to cease the building and to comply with the requirements of the PDA, the government of, so of course it's Crown lands, and it requires clearance that was not sought. All right, and of course today they went in with the excavator and demolished that structure that was going up. According to the developer, he's been vending on Grand Dance Beach for about 20 years and saw that there was a need for toilet and bathroom facility. And the fact that no one did it, he thought that he should to provide a service to the general public because no one else was doing it. And so this is where he's found himself. He says he spent about $80,000 thus far organizing this area. And yeah, so that was it right there. There were a few people, including law enforcement officials, to witness the demolition of the illegal development. So I know that there are a lot of people who have different says of opinion where that is concerned. All right. Oof. Yeah, that was a tough one, right? That was a tough one. Well, I know the area. I know they remember that they had, was it Dive Grenada? There was something there, I believe, at some point in time. Yes, connected to Club on the Beach, aka Cotbam. Of course, I know that because as a little boy growing up, my mom worked there, so I remember having to go there, and But this was destroyed by the storm surge. Was it in 2001 or something so? 2000 or so. You remember when the storm surge came? Right. And the storm surge destroyed Codbam and all the other buildings that were out on the beachfront at that time. So where the beach is there, listen, where the beach is right there used to be a restaurant. But now because of the destruction of the concrete structure there, the beach came in. All right. But yeah, club on the beach, Cotbam was right there. And Dive Grenada, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was a dive place. I was a little boy then, so I can't recall the exact name, but in my head, I'm thinking it was called Dive Grenada. And then I saw this thing going up bit by bit over a period of time. Yeah, it was owned by Mr. Hall at one point in time, who is now deceased. All right. Let's go. So the next thing that we have to tell you about is the Grenada Cricket Association is informing us of the conclusion of the Windward Islands Cricket Board's Women's Senior Tournament, the competition. Now, Team Grenada finished second in the longer version of the game, which is the 50-over component of the game. And undefeated. You see, you don't hear that anymore in the news. Undefeated in the T20 over competition. So in the 2020 part, undefeated. And second in the 50 over. Now, unfortunately, the final day of play of the T20 over competition was abandoned due to rain. Now, the individual awards for the respective matches were as follows. Karina Noel, player of the match, Grenada versus St. Lucia in the 50 over. Holly Charles, player of the match, Grenada versus Dominica, 50 over. And Afi Fletcher, player of the match, Grenada versus Dominica in the T20. All right. The individual awards received by the team Grenada at the close of the competition was follows. Raquel Williams, most wickets in the competition, and Rochelle Francis, most catches in the competition. At the end of the competition, the following Grenada players were selected for the Windward Islands senior women's team: Afi Fletcher, Karina Noel, and Holly Charles. Congratulations again. You know, I think when we people go out there and we do things, we have to recognize them. Yes? We have a special feature on the program tonight, so we are going to head into that shortly. Now, Grenada is said to be anxiously awaiting the arrival of the world's largest floating book fair, Logos Hope. The Logos Hope, which made a visit here back in 2017, will arrive on Thursday and remain until the 11th of next month. Grenadians and tourists alike will be given the opportunity to visit Logos Hope and explore new books and editions available in the global education spectrum. It provides the opportunity for individuals visiting the book fair to get access to over 5,000 different titles of books available at affordable prices. They range in topics such as science and sports and hobbies, or cookery, etc. Even medicine and language and faith. It will also feature children's titles, alright, dictionaries, atlases, and so on. Alright, so yeah, man, check it out. Today was a very sad day for Belle's fam. This is just the weirdest, and people follow this thing like it's so bizarre. That Belle, the young man who died in that boating incident involving the Coast Guard, that his mother, father, grandfather all died. You understand? Interestingly, his father recently passed away. And then his grandfather. But here's this one. I even just realized today that his father was buried today and his grandfather was buried today as well. Separate funeral services, separate churches, separate parishes. But I don't know. So, we wanted to feature a mother's plight on our program tonight. These stories are dear to my heart because at one point in time, my family faced a similar scenario where it was discovered that one of our youngest members had developed cancer. Being a poor family as we were, it was tough to come up with the funds required to keep my sister alive. And so we resorted to, and I think it's probably one of the first major fundraising campaign that we've had in Grenada to raise for medical expenses. You guys will remember that. I think that would have been somewhere in 2003 or so, or early 2004. That was tough. Watching my mom not going to work, but going out to seek assistance, financial and otherwise, for our dying sister and her dying daughter. Leaving early in the morning and coming back in the afternoon. Mom, how did it go today? After spending the entire day here, there, and almost everywhere, not having anything definitive, not having anything positive. And so I know what it's like to try to keep a family member alive. And so it is with this experience that I am so passionate about other people's story. Here's Trisha, who needs our help. Her son is sick. It's hard to come up with the necessary funds to keep her little son alive. And that's where we come in. We were not born in isolation. We are all in each other's lives for one reason or the next. And today I'm thinking that the reason is that we can be a support to those who need us. Here's our story. And it is our responsibility, after hearing her story, to help in ways that we can. And I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't know that we can.
I am from, hi, my name is Trisha Simon. I am from Grenada. I am the mother of a 5-year-old boy. His name is Jaden. JJ was born healthy, bouncing, beautiful boy. He walked at a normal time before 1. He crippled normally. He had a little bit of delay in terms of speech, that he started to speak late, but by the age of 2, he had a few words well enough. Water, heart, juice, sanitize. Well, we were in the age of sanitize because he born 2019 and pandemic was the following year. So at that time, we were all sanitizing and masking up everywhere you go, as well as home. So sanitize was, you would always come for sanitizer. So he had sanitizer in his vocabulary and many other words. However, a few months, when he 2 year plus, he started shortening on the words. Instead of increasing in vocabulary, he started shortening on the words. Like he would say ch instead of truck. He couldn't get the whole word out, which is the first thing I noticed, and it was a bit frustrating because I would repeat like truck. Come on, you know it, you got it, truck. And as the months grew by, instead of increasing, he went mute, like wasn't saying mama or nothing at all. And I took him to his pediatrician for a checkup, and she told me, well, it seems like he needs some speech therapy because he definitely, at 2+, he's supposed to be forming sentences, have over 100 words, so he's behind. And I tell her, basically, he's saying nothing now. We started speech therapy. The first thing that the speech therapist told me she noticed was a fillet underneath his tongue, which kind of restricts the tongue. So once you cut it, then it liberates the tongue a bit so you can eat better as well as speak better. Apart from speech, that he hasn't spoken 3 years, he's now 5. So we noticed this 2 years and plus. So he's lost speech. The speech therapy didn't help. He didn't increase in speech. We did have the fillet cut to help him speak. Apart from speech, when he turned 1, when you're supposed to eat from the family pot, right? When you're 6 months, sorry, not 1. We used to do mashed potatoes, little stewed pumpkin, callaloo, and those things. I noticed that whenever I prepare those and I try to feed him, he would gag on it and vomit. And well, it's my only child, I'm new at motherhood. I tried reaching out to my mom, who is a mother of 3, and I actually moved to her just to get some sort of support and tell her, well, this is what's happening. Every time I try feeding Jaden, no matter what, 1 spoon to his mouth and he would like practically just puke, breast milk, everything in him. And then it become frustrating for me, like I don't know how to feed him. I took him to the doctors, and the doctor said to me, well, it seems like he has an eating disorder, right? Or he's sensitive towards textures. And in Grenada, we don't have the necessary feeding therapy or anything for it. We've tried to research, and basically that's what it sounds like. I'm restricted from cooking a lot of things. When you look at the normal child eating habits at school, my son is restricted to yogurt. He don't bite any fruit. And I went back to the doctor from time to time and saying, well, it's very stressful. If I try to feed him rice or pasta, he would vomit instant. And like, what is causing that? He has all these lovely teeth in his mouth. So she told me it's basically an eating disorder, and you have to research and read up on it. And there is therapy, but it's not available here, and it's very stressful. As well as she's saying, the doctor said to me, she doesn't know if there's anything wrong internally or wrong with his throat or feeding muscle or so. So it's a lot, but she's saying the necessary testing and so we're not really available here. And it seems I brought him back to her eventually, and I told her, he's 1 year into therapy. He has not increased in speech. He doesn't say anything. He has all his senses. He understands what you're saying, but he's not speaking. And it has been 3 years, like I said previously, and he has not increased. He seems to be on the autistic spectrum, is what Dr. Nelson said to me, which is why I'm making this video and saying all of this to say that I need help in getting him into the US so that he can have autistic assessment or evaluation, treatment, a proper medical check regarding his situation in eating. They want to carry a study throughout the mouth and throat, as well as x-ray and other things to see what's going on inside when he eats, because the eating disorder is affecting his nutrition. Every time that I would bring him for a checkup, since a baby, he was never growing. He was always below the line of what it should be instead of going up. It's not easy, but I'm a very strong person. I never thought we would be here where I would have to open up, I would say, like my sons. I feel like in many ways, I feel okay, like I'm letting his secret out there, because some people can be very negative. It's a child, an innocent child that I'm begging for, my only child, as a matter of fact. You see his face, you see mine, we are twin. I'm begging help to get him to the US so that he can have an autistic diagnosis, proper medical check, as well as feeding therapy, and so to improve his quality of life. It's not easy to know that your child could have communicated with you and cannot for the past 3 years. It breaks my heart to go to school functions many times where my son is the only child seated on me because he's nonverbal. Everybody else have a part and he doesn't have a part. But I don't give up. I'm showing up for every single event. Spending monies because, of course, it's my kid, my one and only, and you're just sitting there. People, you don't know the pain that you're going through, like Independence concert, for example. Everybody have a part all dressed up. Your kid is sitting on you because he or she doesn't understand anything that's going on, as well as can't speak. It's painful. Put yourself in my position as a mother. You drop your kid to school and you say, have a nice day, baby. Come from 1 to 3. They want to spell your name for mama. Put yourself in my position that you go to collect your child from school and you're like, how was your day? Your child can't tell you. Your child is sick in pain, crying. You don't know which part of his body hurting. What hurting you? What thing in you? When he's sick is another story. My pressure. It has not been easy. And it's painful when you see everybody, kids can speak and chat and laugh and talk and tell you things. So there's a pain, there's something eating me like a cancer. I had a GoFundMe up for the past year, and so far less than 100 US is what we gathered. I'm strong, but it's very emotional to come out and be vulnerable like that and invite people into your personal life, and it's hard. We have successfully found a clinic in the US that is willing to diagnose, treat, and so on all his conditions. They're asking for, sadly, the sum of 50,000 US, in which, of course, it's an outstanding figure that I am trying to raise this monies. So that's why I'm begging for help, because I need him to reach his full potential, and I need to find answers myself as to how I'm beating up myself every day. In Grenada, we don't have a panel to diagnose. We found help. I'm going to attach the GoFundMe as well as the doctor's letter in the US so that you know that this is legit. I'm begging, I'm urging, even if it's $5, $10, it doesn't have to be much. The reason why I attach my face, as I say, to the GoFundMe is because GoFundMe can be scam. Okay, so that's why I am doing this video, because Grenada really doesn't have the resources, and you know, it's really hard. So thank you for your time and explaining why we need some help, and I'm urging for some empathy. Think of it, if your child was unable to, you could hear your child's voice calling you mama, saying hats, water, shoes, juice, talking to you, and you've been trying to get that voice back for the past 3 years. It's painful because I never thought I would have reached to this point where I feel like I have to expose my kid like that, or because you need the monies to travel and you don't have it. And I'm the kind of parent that definitely would swallow my pride and be doing what I'm doing here to get help for my kid. The fact that we don't have resources in Grenada, the fact that we found a clinic in the States who, this is the first time that I'm spoke to anybody in the medical field that understands every single thing that I'm bringing to them about my kid. There is an answer, there is a solution. We can help. We have excellent success rates. The doctor has been doing that for like 50-something years. And he sent me all his references, all his recommendations, and he is very good. Put yourself in my position that help is right there, but you cannot reach it because you don't have this amount of money. So this is what this video is about, like I said. Thank you very much for your time. Hi, my name is Trisha Simon. I am from Grenada.
Thank you, Trisha. And we're going to do this, all right? I'm putting it out there that we as Grenadians, we are going to do this, Trisha. It will be okay. All right? It will be okay. So I've posted the GoFundMe link. I don't know Trisha. I've never had a conversation with Trisha. But I know and understand her story. I understand I can't say I fully understand what this child is going through, but you can imagine. And they have a mind. And let's put ourselves in his position. Why can't they understand me? I wish they can hear me. I wish I can do this. I have 2 boys. One is 5, the other is 2. I understand the drive and their need to communicate, to feel, and to be normal. And her story could be any one of us' story. Anything can happen to any one of us at any point in time in our lives. Today is Trisha's family and her son. Tomorrow it could be you or I. So I'm begging on her behalf as well. Let us do this for her, and let us do this for him. The link is posted in the chat. I'm going to pin it for a moment, and as well, you can find the link on my page. So you can go ahead and make your contributions. You can go ahead and make your donations. Again, I know we can do this. You have done it before, and so you can do it again. We're helping Trisha and the boy. We are helping Trisha and her boy, all of us, by donating to this GoFundMe link that I've just shared. All right, so thanks very much as we move on to the weather. And then following that, what we will do is we have the national report for you. We are going to get into that as well. All right, so let's get the most updated forecast for you as received from the Met Office. What we can tell. Oh, okay, so I think I pulled the wrong one. All right, let me just redo this. Yeah, it's I'm wondering what it could be, but I know as she's saying that they found a doctor who has experience in this. So yeah, man, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right, we don't fail, Trisha. We don't fail, and we will not fail. We have to raise that funds for Trisha. The weather mostly fair and windy with a few brief light showers after midnight. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough with waves up to 9 feet in northeasterly swells, and the marine advisory remains in effect. Heading over to Wednesday, the weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy with brief morning and nighttime showers during partly cloudy spells. Max temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 24.5. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves up to 8 feet in northeasterly swells, and a marine advisory will be in effect for tomorrow. Family members, we are just about ready to take a break before we go into the national report, but of course we do have to say hello to those of you who are on. So we're talking about Suzanne, George, Glenora, Henry, Harry, Suzanne, again, Marcus, Celine, Mom, and everybody else who's usually on there. Jennifer, blessings to you, Facebookers. I see that you're there as well. So we're talking about people like Java, who's the principal, Hazel, Joyous, Hazeland, Diana, Arthur, of course you have to help. Of course. I posted a link, so please let me send you. I'm gonna send you the link privately, Arthur. I just did, so that you can. We have to help. We have to find a way. You understand? We have to. Liz, Valerie, Karen. Who else? Michelle, Jacinta, Hazeland, and everybody else. Thank you. Suzette, we have to talk about this situation here. We have to do what we have to. See how we can raise some funds for this child, okay? Who else? And the entire team. All right, we have to do what we have to as a team here. Bermuda, how are you? Blessings to you as well. So, guys, we're taking that break now, and we are coming back. So stay right there. Barbara, I see that you're there as well. So break, then National Report.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty, or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Get value you'll love only at Quartz, with huge savings on select mattresses, mobile phones, and TVs. You'll also love our new arrivals in furniture and appliances. Plus, when you shop, get a chance to win great prizes. So come in, shop today, and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Get value you'll love only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends February 24, 2025. See store for details.
This is the GIS News for Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, 32 Grenadians received first-generation scholarship from Monroe University, and the Ministry of Health conducts 10 days of cancer awareness. We'll have the details of these stories and more when we return.
Grenada, the ultimate relay showdown is back. Get ready for speed, power, and heart-pounding action as the IMA National Relay Meet takes over the Kirani James National Stadium on Saturday, February 22nd from 3 p.m. The fastest teams, the fiercest competition, and non-stop edge of your seat excitement. Who will dominate the track? Who will claim the glory? Only one way to find out. Be there. Tickets, finish line A, $50. Finish line B, $40. Main stand C, $30. Secondary stand, $20. Bleachers, $15. Children 12 and under pay $15 for the main stand C, secondary stand, and bleachers. Get your tickets now and experience the thrill of champions. The IMA National Relay Meet. Feel the speed. Witness the greatness.
Welcome back. 32 Grenadians received first-generation scholarships under the Ministry of Education's inaugural First-Generation Scholarship Award ceremony on Monday. Annette Moore has more in this report.
The Ministry of Education hosted its inaugural First Generation Scholarship Award ceremony yesterday, February 17th, at the Grenada Trade Center Annex.
I have to give a special recognition to our immediate partners, our Permanent Secretary, Mr. Moraine, our Minister, David Andrew, and most importantly, our Prime Minister, Decon Mitchell, without whose energy and investment and passion, this would not have happened.
I received one of the scholarships for the first generations from the Monroe University and the government of Grenada. I just want to express thanks to them for this opportunity to study and to invest in myself in my future. I just want to give them thanks, and I'm very honored to be a recipient as well.
The First Generation Scholarship Opportunity is a collaborative effort between the Government of Grenada and Monroe University. Applicants for the First Generation Scholarship are first-generation members of a household who are seeking higher education and who will be the first person in their family to pursue a university degree. The First Generation Scholarship Opportunity was first advertised in December 2024 for the 2025 academic year and will continue to be an offering of the scholarship desk, aligning with government's goal to have one university graduate per household. The scholarship award covers the cost of tuition.
I want to pay a special tribute to the students who are going off to pursue a university education as the first member of your family. I am, in a sense, a couple decades ago, standing in the same shoes that you are standing in today. The difference then is I didn't get a scholarship. I had to pay my way through university. So if you can pay your way to university and in 2.5 decades later become the Prime Minister of Grenada, I think my own personal story is testimony of the power of education. And if you get a scholarship, it's double the testimony of the power of education. So I expect that you'll be doing double and triple the things that I am doing on your return to Grenada or wherever your career may take you. In Grenada, it is still not the norm to have a university education. In most parts of the world, it is not the norm to have a university education. Even in the highly developed countries, for example, Canada, I think they have the highest rates of university graduates, but it's only 60% of all households. So it still means that large quantities of their population don't have a university degree. So this is a wonderful opportunity, not just for your pursuit of academic excellence, but also for your personal growth and development. It's an opportunity to see the world, to make new friends, to gain different experiences, to understand different cultures, and ultimately to become leaders in your communities, in your homes, in the businesses that you may eventually work for or work with, or to create your own businesses. So leadership is crucial. And in most civilized parts of the world, the persons who lead are ultimately the persons who, in most cases, have the benefit of a university education. So I want you to appreciate that it's not just about your own personal achievements, but about what you can do for others by setting an example, by motivating them, by encouraging them. You may have younger brothers and sisters And so you have an opportunity to be a role model for them so that they too can aspire to continue the trend of becoming a university graduate and to serve their country and to make their country a better place for the next generation of Grenadians to come.
The Minister for Education, Senator the Honorable David Andrew, congratulated the recipients, commended the cooperation of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet of Grenada, along with Monroe University President Mark Jerome, giving the university president the assurance that the partnership will not be in vain. He shared how the inception of this cooperation began.
A few months ago, probably a year and some ago, a friend of mine, a childhood community friend, called me from New York and said, we grew up in the same community in La Digue. And she said, you know, I'm good friends with the wife of the president of Monroe University. And I really want you to meet him because he has some interest in Grenada. He loves Grenada. And he wants to either have a conversation with you or the Prime Minister. That was the beginning of what we have here today. As first generationers, you are being given wings to soar and to climb to heights that probably in your family, nobody dreamed of doing.
The Monroe University president, who is celebrating his 30th year leading that institution, noted his great appreciation for the island of Grenada and his willingness to work with the Ministry of Education in developing the nation's human resource.
I want you to know that when my JetBlue flight arrives from New York into Grenada and the doors open and I walk out and experience the weather and the people, myself, my wife, and my entire family, our blood pressure goes down, our stress leaves us, and we feel a sense of peace. In my 30 years at Monroe, one of the most rewarding parts of my job is partnering in the Caribbean, starting 31 years ago in Jamaica, moving from island to island, and helping students like you who are going to improve your lives and improve Grenada. In a changing world, having a credential and improving yourself is a great defense and a great preparation for the change. But secondly, in my journeys to Grenada, you can feel the growth of the tourism industry. You can feel the growth of the island's economy as a whole. You've welcomed in only the last few years 2 new Silver Sands. I'm staying at the new Six Senses up in St. David, where they seem to have a particular fondness for the Prime Minister because I guess he's from that area. But with a country that is moving forward, investing in yourself and getting the degree is one of the most important things you can do. I want you to know, and this is important to me, as I am the 3rd generation of my family to lead Monroe. It was founded by my grandfather and great aunt 92 years ago. My father preceded me 56 years working at the institution, and all of you now are part of the Monroe family and my family, and Wincess, myself, and our staff basically will have your back the rest of your lives.
First-generation scholarship recipients shared their excitement regarding the opportunity.
This means the world to me and my family as it's a stepping stone for the development of my country.
When I first saw the scholarship, I was like, okay, this is something I would be interested in. I mean, it's something that's the world needs today, where the world it's flying high in the tech world right now. So I said, let me try, and I applied and I got through.
This scholarship means a whole lot to myself and my family. I will be the first in my family to be a university graduate, and I think this is more of an encouragement to my younger siblings that there are opportunities out there for them to further their education, and it's also important for my family to be proud that they actually have a child that actually graduated from a university, and hope that we would continue to excel in life.
Permanent Secretary with responsibility for human resource development, Elvis Moraine, encouraged the students to embrace the opportunity.
The journey of a first-generation student is often laden with unique challenges.
navigating uncharted academic terrains, balancing multiple responsibilities, and overcoming societal expectations. Yet, it is precisely these challenges that forge resilience and tenacity. By seizing this opportunity, you are not only preparing your own future, but also paving the way for generations to come.
A gift of appreciation was presented to the university president to mark the first presentation of scholarship awards. For GIS News, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. Continuing the news, Grenada's sole water utility company says new system and infrastructure upgrades and projects are underway to transform water security and distribution throughout the island. The aim is to boost resilience, especially during critical dry seasons and disasters. Plans include pipeline upgrades, new storage tanks to combat drought impacts, and the Seven Sisters Water Transfer Project. NAWASA's Assistant Manager of Planning and Development Department, Lyndon Bullen, says 2025 is the year to ramp up operations and upgrades, which puts the company in a better position to respond to disasters and boost resiliency. Equipment has been procured.
So some of the major infrastructure development projects we look at are the 9 water storage tanks to be constructed under the GCRUISE project. And these go hand in hand with some associated pipeline projects. Then we have the Seven Sisters project, which is a water transfer project, taking water from the Great River, Adelphi area, up to 1910 and over to Les Avocats through the rainforest. We have the Concord water treatment plant upgrade, the upgrade of pipelines from Sandals Tunnel all the way down to Sandals. Additionally, the sewage network would be upgraded as well. And the capital investment projects that we execute from year to year. These are some of the main projects that we'll be implementing for 2025.
Bullen outlined that the projects to the south of the island and Carriacou are among those that will be given priority in 2025, given the severity of the situation in these areas.
Of the 9 water storage tanks, for example, 2 will be installed in Carriacou, each at 200,000 gallons in capacity storage. Apart from that, we have one 500,000 gallon tank in the south, which we know is usually very badly impacted during the droughts and so on. And that's going to be placed at Buangkai. Apart from that, we have the pipeline upgrade projects. So the leakages that we face from time to time, this should significantly reduce on the need for having regular repairs and so on, which again ties hand in hand with the non-revenue water units that we would have established last year. And one of the most critical projects, I would say, in my opinion, would be the Seven Sisters project. It's a water transfer project. It takes water from the Great River around the Adelphi area, pumps up to the 1910 antennas, and then through the rainforest to Les Avocats. And the Les Avocats system, the water treatment plants, it serves around 11% of Grenada's population, just about below 12,000 persons who are served by this system. And it serves mostly the southeastern part of St. George's and St. David's. So it's very critical that we improve the supply and quality of the supply in this area.
He explained that strategic measures are being implemented to ensure smooth execution of the projects and minimize delays. One such measure is the continuous training of skilled contractors.
Now, we have a small pool that we work with, and to mitigate the challenges that we foresee, we have put measures in place to see how we could counter it, right? So the first thing that we would have done is that we began implementing some training programs for these contractors. The ones that we already have in our pool and the ones we hope to have in our pool. We train them in proper pipeline installation, and we would have used materials that we got from international pipe suppliers, right? That's one way we look at alleviating the problems. Another way is that we are partnering with the Ministry of Finance, the procurement units, and during the tendering process, we're going to give some additional training to these contractors so that they know the proper ways of updating their tender documents to ensure that it's compliant with procurement rules and they are responsive in their bids. And lastly, we will have our team more focused and directed to ensure that the projects are executed according to schedules and following proper health and safety protocols. We're going to be more stringent in our approach to ensure that these are followed. And once I think these are followed, we do foresee that the challenges that we face or we foresee should be somehow subdued.
Stay with us. We'll have more stories after the break.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it is crucial for all of us to conserve water at home. When washing my fruits and vegetables, I use a bowl of water, and later I reuse it to water my plants. This is how I save water at home. What are you waiting for?
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Welcome back. The Health Promotions Department within the Ministry of Health has kicked off its 10 days of activism with the Know Your Risk campaign. As part of Cancer Awareness Month, the department has set up a health corner on the first floor of the ministerial complex. The corner is dedicated to educating public officers and visitors on the importance of cancer awareness, early detection, and prevention. The initiative aims to provide valuable information to the public, helping individuals better understand the risks associated with different types of cancer and the steps they can take for early detection and prevention. Kevin Frederick, Senior Health Promotions, Communications and Public Information Officer within the Ministry of Health, said that this year the department aims to build on previous campaigns to encourage the populace to prioritize their health.
One of the highlights of this year's activity is that the Health Promotion Department trying to build on previous campaigns to improve men's health. We have decided to establish a corner right here, and it's really called the Health Promotion Department presents Cancer Know Your Risk. We want public officers to know of their risk, be it male or female. We are encouraging them to come on down on the ground floor of the complex. We have a number of educational material, pamphlets, posters, and so on.
Frederick spoke of some of the features of the health corner.
We are still in Cancer Month, and because of that, we wanted to give people an opportunity to come on down, get some information, educate themselves, and take the best preventative course of action that is available. So when they come in, something that we would encourage them to do is to get their blood pressure checked right here. Then we are also going to check the BMI. When that happens, we also have a television running here where people can get information, stand up, very short videos, listen and have an idea as to what we're talking about. So there are videos on cervical cancer, there are videos on prostate cancer, there are videos on breast cancer, colon cancer, all the different types of cancers. We do have videos on them.
For the first time, the department is utilizing technology to guide individuals in assessing their risk. The applications, developed and approved by the NHS and Prostate Cancer UK, Ontario Health, Washington University School of Medicine, and the National Comprehensive Cancer Network, among others, helps individuals input information for personalized risk assessment.
The app is available online as well as the other apps, so persons can do their own personal risk assessment in the comfort of their living room, their bedroom, even at work. You could also access the app on your smartphone, check yourself, know what it is like. And there is another questionnaire that we have that addresses the whole issue of cervical cancer. So the forms, we are going to make the forms available for persons to complete. They could reach out to us by contacting us on our Facebook page or by calling 440-2649. That's and they ask to be put onto the health promotion department, and we are going to explain to them how to go about. That's for the persons who are experiencing difficulties in doing the assessment.
The links to the assessment apps are available on the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs Facebook page. Assessment results can be downloaded for further use. Public officers and visitors are encouraged to place their suggestions for the Health Promotions Department in the suggestion box located in the Health Corner, recommending initiatives they can undertake. Heads of government of CARICOM will convene this week in Bridgetown, Barbados for the 48th regular meeting from February 19 to 21. This meeting holds heightened significance as regional leaders deliberate on critical issues including food and nutrition security, climate change and sustainable development, foreign policy, air and maritime transport, and regional digital resilience, among others. Outgoing CARICOM Chairman and Prime Minister of Grenada, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, will deliver remarks at the official opening ceremony on Wednesday. Other speakers include current CARICOM Chairman and Prime Minister of Barbados, Honorable Mia Motley, Premier of Montserrat, Honorable Ruben Meade, and CARICOM Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett. Honorable Joseph Andal, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, will also be a part of Grenada's delegation, participating in a series of high-level meetings. His first engagement will be the 21st special meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations. During the summit, heads of governments will engage in in-depth discussions with United Nations Secretary General, His Excellency Antonio Manuel de Oliveira Guterres, and President of the European Commission, Her Excellency Ursula von der Leyen. CARICOM Assistant Secretary General Elizabeth Solomon emphasized the importance of this week's discussion in shaping the region's future on pressing matters.
The discussions that the heads are going to have at this time will be quite critical to how the region decides to move forward on a number of issues. It's also important that the region comes together and has one voice on many issues. And this is really an excellent opportunity under the guidance of Prime Minister Motley, who has taken up the chairmanship as of the beginning of 2025. There's a lot happening this year.
Prime Minister Mitchell is scheduled to depart the island Wednesday, February 19th, accompanied by Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Joseph Andal, and Grenada's Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency Aaron Moses. We'll have more stories after the break.
Grenada, the ultimate relay showdown is back. Get ready for speed, power, and heart-pounding action as the IMA National Relay Meet takes over the Kirani James National Stadium on Saturday, February 22nd from 3 p.m. The fastest teams, the fiercest competition, and non-stop edge of your seat excitement. Who will dominate the track? Who will claim the glory? Only one way to find out. Be there. Tickets, finish line A, $50. Finish line B, $40. Main stand C, $30. Secondary stand, $20. Bleachers, $15. Children 12 and under pay $15 for the main stand C, secondary stand, and bleachers. Get your tickets now and experience the thrill of champions. The IMA National Relay Meet. Feel the speed. Witness the greatness.
If it's one thing we know for sure, life is an unpredictable journey, full of twists and turns, but no matter where it takes you, the National Insurance Scheme is here, ready to support you every step of the way. Sickness benefits ensures that you can focus on recovery, not financial stress. Maternity allowance and grant provides essential support to start your beautiful journey of parenthood. The unemployment benefits act as a safety net, giving you peace of mind during challenging times. Employment injuries can be daunting, but NIS provides comprehensive coverage, including injury benefit, medical expenses, disablement, and death benefits. At NIS, your well-being is priority. Now you can face challenges confidently, knowing that support is just a claim away. Contact us today to find out more about the range of benefits or visit our website at www.nisgrenada.org.
Welcome back. In the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, which struck Carriacou on July 1st, 2024, the Turrell Bay port faced significant challenges. The passenger terminal suffered major roof damage. The damage to the terminal's roof was substantial, but it hasn't stopped the flow of travel between the sister islands. Ferry services between Carriacou and Grenada resumed just days after the storm, a testament to the resilience of the port staff and the recovery efforts. A few days after Beryl, travel between the sister islands was operational. In an exclusive interview with GIS, Dexter Lagarde, assistant to the port manager at Turrell Bay, spoke about the port's operations 7 months after the hurricane.
It has been a challenge, bearing in mind what transpired on July 1st with Beryl, but I think that we've been recovering very well. Slow but surely. A lot has happened since. I think we've come a long way. We've seen now uptake in, for example, materials that are coming in, lumber and rebuilding materials, blocks and cement and so on.
The port has adapted and made necessary changes to facilitate operations. These efforts include the creation of a temporary housing area for passengers and an area designated for cargo.
Note that we have lost, for example, our passenger terminal completely. We lost the entire roof, so we have had to make a makeshift area, temporary housing area for passengers catching the ferries to and from Grenada and so on. So that area is not operational at the moment. We've had some areas that where we are unable to board some of the vessels, and so we now have to shuffle vessels around more than we normally would. Because of the amount of material that is coming in now to assist and aid with the rebuilding process, and even post the rebuilding in terms of the relief items, we've had to make areas specifically just for the cargo coming from mainland Grenada, in contrast to what we used to do before. And so we've had to make some adjustments to suit the current situations. We've had NADMA operating with us for a while, and we've had to make some space for them to assist them in moving the relief items that is coming in also. So it has been a little hectic, having to deal with all of those little pieces, but thankfully we've overcome most of those. I think we're now operating much smoother. We now have a more clear understanding of what's happening around us and being able to predict what is coming in and what space will be needed for whatever items we have coming in, whatever cargo vessels we have coming in.
Turrell Bay remains the main entry port for both passenger and cargo transport. Work is expected to commence on the building. The government continues to support the restoration and rebuilding of the sister isles and northern parts of the mainland impacted by Hurricane Beryl. Continuing the news, a newly formed organization, Windward Aid, has launched the Aqua Aid initiative to ensure families in Carriacou and Petite Martinique have access to clean drinking water. The program aims to address ongoing water supply challenges by delivering 500 gallons of clean water twice a month for the next 6 months, marking the first phase of this critical relief effort. This initiative directly supports families adversely affected by Hurricane Beryl, reinforcing Windward Aid's dedication to recovery and resilience in the affected communities. By collaborating with local partners and leveraging community networks, the organization is ensuring an efficient and equitable distribution process. For this initiative, Windward Aid has partnered with Mount Pure, a local bottled water company. CEO of Windward Aid, Colin Moses, stated that the organization was formed in response to the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. He expressed his satisfaction in being able to meet such a fundamental need.
So initially what we did was we came out, we had 200,000 bottles of water shipped over from the Dominican Republic to aid the people here, but with the plastic tax and the plastic levy and all the issues that's going on with plastic, not just here, but across the world, we wanted to do something that was a little bit more sustainable, a little bit less of a pollutant to the environment. So that is where we teamed up with Miss Rolanda McQueen and this program was born. So yeah, we're very happy to be part of this program. We're very happy to be able to give back to the island of Carriacou, and we're hoping very much that this is the start of many more initiatives to come.
Chief of Staff Christian Ben highlighted that Windward Aid has been working closely with key personnel on the ground in both St. Patrick and Carriacou to ensure that those most in need receive priority assistance.
We did have a criteria, one of which is for the most vulnerable, the elderly, and women with young children and who are pregnant. Of course, this is the first phase of the water project, and we are hoping to expand where there is a need. So we will ask if those people who are in need should reach out to us at info@windwardaid.org, and we will be able to support you and provide a fresh water source like this or something more comfortable for you in the coming future.
The partnership between Mount Pure and Windward Aid guarantees that residents receive high-quality drinking water, reflecting a shared commitment to community well-being. CEO of Mount Pure, Rolanda McQueen, expressed her enthusiasm for being part of the initiative.
I was on the ground soon after the hurricane, and I saw the devastation that happened in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. So I'm really happy to be a part of this drive. Windward Aid has some really good project put aside for the people of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, and I want to thank them for putting all that effort and hard work in.
Daniel Lewis, a trustee of Windward Aid, emphasized that the Aqua Aid initiative is part of the organization's broader mission to restore livelihoods and enhance community resilience.
And one of the things that Windward Aid is hoping to do, provide support to communities, particularly communities we could categorize as marginalized, where you have children that need support, maybe in some cases education, and they can't afford, how Windward Aid could support. And one of the things Windward Aid recognizes is that in Grenada there's a dire need to support education that's destined for the job market. And that's precisely why during the course of this week, a serious meeting was held with some of the leaders involved in New Life organization. And I heard the Prime Minister made reference to that already, how it is we could prepare our students, our young people for the job market. So we had a fantastic meeting, and we hope that could result in maybe some kind of support for an organization like NULO. And of course, one of the things that Windward Aid was able to do in the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Beryl was to provide some support to the many actors involved in the CMOS value chain. Because what has happened, I don't know how many of you are aware, in Grenada and Carriacou at this time, serious effort has been made to develop CMOS production as a serious agricultural enterprise. And right now we have in excess of 80 farmers and other allied actors like agro-processors and so forth who are involved in that value chain. And with Hurricane Beryl, what has happened essentially is that because of the high sea surges, all the production in the marine environment of CMOS was lost. So an appeal was made to Windward Aid, and some financial support was provided to a lot of these farmers, which allowed them to get back into production very, very quickly. And we recognize that is why Windward Aid is strategically placed. Normally, for example, contrast that to an initiative government have, which is a very noble one. They did receive support, these farmers, in terms of inputs and so forth, but it took much longer. And many times, when you have a disaster, what normally happens is that you lose livelihood. For example, consider that the farmers in the northern part of Grenada, the farmers in Carriacou, a hurricane of the magnitude of Beryl clearly would destroy your agricultural sector, seriously. And one of the things, a limitation that we have, sometimes they cannot get the kind of support so they could do the resuscitation of the farms in a very, very timely manner. And I think that's one of the big advantages we would have in a way, the rapidity, the quickness in which support could be given so they could restore.
Windward Aid is a dedicated charity organization focused on disaster relief, recovery, and community resilience in the Caribbean. Through initiatives like Aqua Aid, the organization continues to make a meaningful impact in rebuilding lives and strengthening communities. That story brings us to the end of the GIS News for Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.